Okay, so we will be talking about three refuges. Three refuges are three gems, three jewels. Okay, like you have diamond, or you have gold, or you have silver. Then you have also the three refuges. Anybody here has an idea what are the three refuges? If you do, please raise your hand. If you think you know what are the three refuges, please raise your Zoom hand and tell us. Nobody? Nobody has an idea what are three refuges? Okay. Three refuges or the three gems are number one, the Buddha. Number two, the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. Number three, Sangha, the community of monks. Okay. So what are the three gems? Number one, the Buddha. Number two, Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings. Number three, Sangha, the community of monks. Okay, so why are they gems? Anybody has an idea why the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha are gems? What is gem-like on them? Anybody can tell it to me? Yes, Bang.
I think it means they are precious, and I think they means precious and special.
Precious and special. Thank you very much. Dick Tree, anything you would like to add to that?
Usually,
You need to come closer. No, I cannot hear you like this. Come as close as possible to the device and tell it to me. And speak loudly. Yes. Dick Tree, what is it you want to say?
gems
Ah,
shine.
excuse me. Now the sound is fine, but you can you please talk slowly? What is it? Dick Tree, yes.
Mean that usually gems shine under light. But wow,
Oh, that they shine. I see that they shine. Well, in a way, the Buddha does shine, that's true. Dhamma also shines. It's a little harder for me to think of how does Sangha shine. You could say that they shine in a way, but not really what I would agree with. It's a slightly more complicated idea. Shunli?
I think because like jewels are precious, so like they are also like precious as well.
Yes, they're precious. And one more point. Jewels are supposed to be rare. It's not something you find on the street. It's not something you find in the river. It's not something you find in the forest, or at least not easily. Jewels, the real jewels, the shining, beautiful, precious jewels are rare. And the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha are rare. That's what makes them precious. For example, stones are not precious because they are everywhere, or sand is not precious because it is everywhere. Whereas gold, silver, pearls, diamonds, and so on are precious because they're not everywhere. They're harder to get. To get to the Buddha, to get to the Buddha's teachings, to see a monk is precious. It's very special. The opportunity for someone to just meet with a monk, with a Buddhist monk, is understood as a result of huge, huge good actions, huge, huge good things that you have done in the past. So to see a monk is very, very special. And to see a Buddha is, of course, even more special. To learn now, let alone now imagine how, if it is so special to just see a monk, how special could it be to hear the Buddha's teachings? Well, that is very, very special. Only very rarely do humans get this opportunity to hear the Buddha's teachings. For example, to hear about the 5 precepts. So the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha are precious. Now, of course, you are now wallowing in this precious triple gem. But the point here is that usually, if we take it for all of the world, it is very rare. Not everybody gets this chance to see a monk, to hear Dhamma, to learn about the Buddha's teachings, and to maybe even understand what the Buddha taught and follow that. So the rarity is the main point, okay? It is rare. And that's why it's called gem. Now, how is that related to us? It's related to us in the fact that we have it. You have those gems that makes you rich. Now, what shall you do with these riches? So now you have access to the Buddha's teachings. You have now access to the monks. What will you do then? What will you do then? Well, some people, when they're rich, they just don't use it. They continue living like poor guys. But some people who have riches, they use it so that they are happy. And here the teachings of the Buddha is supposed to be used for our happiness. How do you use the Buddha's teachings for your happiness? Well, that you follow it. Buddhists, already since the first time that they met with the Buddha after he became enlightened, started to take the refuges, started to understand that taking the Buddha, the Buddha's teachings, and the community of monks, or the group of monks, or how to say, the society of monks, taking them as your refuge, that means as your home, as your base, is very good for your life. Not only for this life, but also for your next life. If you follow the Buddha in Jamburach, I see you are lying down. You cannot really lie down during our teaching. Please kind of sit down. If you take the Buddha's teachings as your base for all your decisions, as the base for all your life, if you take the Buddha's teachings and the community of monks as the base for your life, well, then it is very probable that you will achieve happiness in this life and in the next life as well. And that's why people like to take the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, the Buddha, his teachings, and the community of monks as their refuge. As their refuge. So I would like to ask, yes, Dick G, what can I do for you?
I don't want to, you don't need to do anything usually, but usually when I went to a that I rarely see monks. Usually not all time.
Okay, thank you. Jamburach, what can I do for you? I cannot hear you. You're muted. Jamburach, please unmute yourself and tell it again.
Also, Bodha Dhamma Sangha is actually a big part of Buddhism because my family's Buddhism, and my dad told me that Buddhism is only two things, which is karma and Bodha Dhamma Sangha.
But karma is included in Dhamma, right? So we could say that all Buddhism is Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Then I would like to ask you all to tell me, what do you think is a refuge? So if you have any idea what is a refuge, please raise your hand and let us know. Anybody has an idea? Yes, Swayita.
Responsibility.
Excuse me?
Responsibility.
Responsible? No, not at all. Anything else? Anybody has an idea? Yes, Ethan?
A safe place.
A safe place. Very well. Any other idea? Yes, Everly?
Like a path that the Buddha followed.
No, that's not refuge on its own. We want just the meaning of the word refuge. Safe place is pretty good. Any other idea what it is? Okay. Refuge is the place where you run. It's the place where you run because outside that place, there is danger. Refuge is a place that is special because in that place you get safety, unlike in the other places. Refuge is your unique, special place where you go because you have a problem. And there is a problem in this world. What is the problem? The problem is birth, old age, illness, and death. That is the problem of this world. Now we need to get out of this problem. We need to resolve this problem. We need to achieve safety from this problem. How am I going to achieve safety from birth, old age, illness, and death? Well, by approaching the Buddha, by listening to Dhamma, and by following the monks, the community of monks, Sangha. Therefore, refuge is where we go for help. Refuge is the basis of our hope and our liberation. It's the basis of our ultimate peace. Okay? It's also our direction. You know, in terms of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, yes, it is actually our direction towards peace. But the point here is that we ourselves have to run and approach them as early as possible, and we need to stay with them. We need to follow their advice. So these are 3 refuges. Who is the Buddha? Buddha was a human. Buddha was a human who lived 2,500 years ago. And the Buddha achieved enlightenment, and he understood how to get free from all suffering. That is what matters. For us matters that the Buddha got free from the problem of birth, old age, illness, and death. And the Buddha taught us how to get free from the problem also. What is Dhamma? The Buddha's teachings. The Buddha's teachings, Dhamma, is the 4 noble truths. What are 4 noble truths? Number 1, that there is a problem. The first truth is that there is a problem. What's the problem? That there is birth, old age, illness, and death. That's the problem. Second truth, there is a reason for the problem. What's the reason? Wanting, desiring. That's the reason for the problem. If there is no wanting, that's the third truth. The third truth is if there is no wanting, no desiring, there will be no birth, old age, illness, and death. And number 4, the way to achieve this freedom from the problem is following rules, concentration, and wisdom. If you can dedicate yourself to following rules, if you can dedicate yourself to meditation where you concentrate your mind, and to meditation where you watch what's going on with your body and the mind, then you can achieve this freedom from wanting and desiring, and thus the freedom from all birth, old age, illness, and death. So that is the 4 noble truths in very brief.